reason for all of this happening is because Jay-Z is good friends with P. Diddy, and as we all know, Diddy is in quite the slippery situation right now, and people are saying that since Jay-Z was so close with Diddy, that Jay-Z and Beyonce had something to do with it.
What's scarier than the TikToks we're about to watch today is the fact that 90% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more scary videos.
Hey, I'm a little spooked right now. I can't really tell how this happened, but I'm gonna show you guys. So I'm working in the bathroom. Okay, so that wall is done. Was ready to leave. My client left me a coffee for the morning, so I grabbed the cup, the empty cup, and I was about to take it to the kitchen. Now, there's no one in the house. Everybody left in the morning. It's just me. So I have my drop clothes. So before I show you what happened, so right here, you see all the drop clothes, okay? So if you see, there's some dust in the garage, but there's not a lot of dust. And my cutting machine is there. As you see at the bottom, there's nothing besides that, okay? Now, if it was me, you can tell by my shoes, the print on my shoes, okay? That's the one thing. The second thing is that if I step on it, like you can see over here, that's my step, okay? But as you step into the drop clothes and you come in this way, all the dust stays on the drop clothes, right? Okay. So I walk into the kitchen and I freaking see this. Those are not my steps. There's no one home. I don't know what this is. You see that? It has no dust on it. There's no dust. There's no dust. There's no dust in these shoes. So someone walked from the outside and sit over here. It's my guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone step outside with no shoes, but you don't see the print of the feet, the footprint. You don't see that. And it's not going back out. It's just like if someone sit over there and stay there or something. It's weird. Let me know what you think. Bye.
What's creepiest about this clip is that you can't really tell what's actually going on. You kind of just have to go off speculation because there are a bunch of footprints going throughout the house, but you can tell that they aren't his and they lead up to where the shoes are and none of the shoes have dust on them. It's kind of up to you to decide what you think it is, but honestly, it does seem to be some sort of paranormal activity or someone either sneaking in the house, or obviously we'll never really know because we weren't there. We just kind of got to go off what the video says and what the video shows. But this is very unsettling and makes you really think what could possibly be going on out there. So y'all let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. Yo, this clip is honestly crazy because this is a very dangerous situation and they're not even aware of it. That's why you really got to pay attention to your surroundings. You never know what's out there, what could be going on. And there's so much going on around us that we're not even really paying attention to. And this clip shows an example of that because you guys always need to be paying attention because, you know, it's actually crazy how much stuff probably goes on around us that we don't even notice that could put us in danger. But, you know, obviously it's not good to think like that, but you guys got to be cautious because things like this can happen. And, you know, she was just out here snowboarding and thought everything was good. And there was a literal bear chasing her, so y'all just be safe out there because I'm not trying to get snatched up by no bear.
Dad, what's
Yeah.
over there?
Huh?
What's over there?
Where?
It's right there.
There is somebody over there. They ain't supposed to be in our woods. Who is that?
I don't know.
Do you see him?
Yeah. He's not.
What is that? Man, we gotta... Alright, hey, let's go up here and we'll turn around, alright?
Let's go inside. Let's go, Bennett.
It's hard to tell whether this is a person or an animal, but it does seem to be a very human-shaped animal, and they are walking very normally. So it might just be some weird person walking through the woods. You know, still got to be careful and be cautious because this person's with their family. So, you know, it's a really dangerous situation. But y'all just make sure, you know, if you're in a wooded area, make sure you really pay attention to your surroundings because there are a lot of weird stuff and weird animals going on and walking around and stuff. So yeah, obviously it's a very dangerous situation and you don't know what you could be getting yourself into. You know, it's really just like creepy not knowing what could be around you. Like there's so much space and land that's just uncovered and unknown, and obviously we can only see what's around us.
I found a couple movies that I didn't know that was real, bro.
Like what?
Chucky. Yes,
Now,
bro.
how was Chucky?
Chucky was based off a true story.
A doll was walking around people.
Now, let me tell you about it. So there was supposedly a doll called Robert the Doll. And I don't want to speak too much because they said if you disrespect the doll, a lot of bad things happen to you. You might lose your job. You might get hurt, like physically, mentally, and even worse. Like some people might have died. It's in like a museum. And like, you know, all the Ghostbusters people go there and to like see like how haunted it is. Like a lot of people that work at that museum, they say they hear laughter coming from the doll. The doll moves. And I remember I seen on TikTok, there was a girl, right? She made her own like Robert the Doll. And she brought it to the museum. And she put the doll on top. And she was like, "Oh, Robert, can you please curse this doll?" Like she was saying some wild stuff as a joke. 5 days later, she was in the hospital.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, yo, what is going on, bruh? That's what the story of Chucky was based off of. It's not like Chucky was really running around here murdering people, but that doll was out here, maybe might have caught a couple bodies, I ain't gonna lie.
Since Casey Anthony wants to join TikTok, let's all welcome her by reminding her of the reason she is guilty of murder her daughter. Allegedly. Reason 1, her own cellmate said that she admitted to knocking her daughter out multiple times so that she could go and party. And when they asked what she used to do this, she said chloroform. Reason 2, the literal judge in the case said that he even believes that she unalived her daughter not intentionally, but by using too much chloroform too many times. Reason 3, she made Google searches for foolproof suffocation and neck breaking. Reason 4, she would constantly complain to her friends that the responsibilities of taking care of her daughter were taking away from her social life. Reason 5, she would constantly express jealousy over the amount of attention that Kaylee received, and on the day that she was believed to have passed, she asked her neighbor if she could borrow a shovel. Reason 6, when Kaylee was found, she was wrapped in duct tape, and on that duct tape was a heart-shaped sticker that matched a sticker set that was found in Casey's room. Number 7, her trunk smelled like a body, and inside of the trunk they found a piece of hair from a female in the Anthony family of someone who had passed away. And lastly, it took 31 days to report her daughter missing.
There seems to be an uptick in creature sightings in our waters, in our oceans. This video is actually coming from an unidentified woman out of Indonesia. She was on the beach and she states She saw something crazy. But you're going to have to decide if this is an optical illusion or if this is a sea monster like millions of people are claiming. Now, per her witness story, she stated that she actually saw something come down from the sky. And by the time she whipped out her phone to begin recording, it hit the water. And then this is the tail end that we see. It looks like a long serpent going behind the island. Now, again, people are stating, no, it's an illusion, it's a wave. Others are saying that maybe it is a sea dragon. But whatever she saw, she's convinced that it's something other. Take a look at this and tell me what you think.
Late at night, when two nurses at a children's hospital encounter something pretty spooky. They had just finished checking on their patients when one of them begins to act nervous. Seeming a bit scared, they walk out into the hallway and proceed to stare at something. The other nurse follows along to see what it is that they're seeing. What happens next inside this children's hospital is creepy to say the least. Watch.
No, salir a pieza de 4 se me puso cuando salí tenía algo atrás. Cuando vine para acá se me empezó a pegar, boludo. Me pegué un cagazo y ahora lo veo.
Pero es la estática, boludo. Pero está lejos.
Está viniendo para acá.
Ay, la concha de la lora. La pibita de la camacita me dijo que le tocaron la pierna, que le apretaron la pierna. Ay, mierda, se viene para acá.
Pero se viene para acá, pelotuda. No. ¿Está prendido el aire algo?
¿Qué sé yo? Sí, creo que sí.
Tomátelo. Vamos para adentro,
me
boludo.
fui la mierda, la
No,
concha
la
de
concha.
la lora. Ahí está. Que pase largo, boludo.
¿Ves?
No. Ay, la concha de la lora. Ay, la puta que te parió.
Down the hall, a small balloon can be seen making its way towards the nurses. It moves in a straight path before somehow making a turn inside the nurse's room. Not sure what else to think, the nurses believe that this might have been the spirit of a child as they work at a children's hospital. Both nurses even say that early on strange things were happening, from a patient who claims that something had touched their leg, to the male nurse who says that the same balloon was following him around. They believe that something paranormal had occurred. But as with most videos, you be the judge. Was a ghost caught on camera, or was it something else?
Yo, this is actually creepy because imagine just trying to get through your shift and enjoy your time at work and you just see a floating balloon. I'm good. If any paranormal activity were to take place and it be real, it would have to be here because there is a lot of death and people that go through a lot of stuff here. Some spirits don't always pass through and they get stuck here. So that means a lot of dark energy may be lurking around. This stuff is just lingering around us and we don't even realize it. There is no possible way you could pay me to work at this place after seeing this. And there's really no way to explain this because it's moving in a very unlikely manner. If it was wind, it would be blowing around in circles or just be moving in the same direction. This is clearly following these people and there's nobody around to be moving it. You guys let me know what you think.
Jay-Z and Beyonce are currently some of the most unfollowed people on social media and losing fans by the second. Within the past week, Jay-Z and Beyonce have each lost well over 5 million followers. And the reason for all of this happening is because Jay-Z is good friends with P. Diddy. And as we all know, Diddy is in quite the slippery situation right now. And people are saying that since Jay-Z was so close with Diddy, that Jay-Z and Beyonce had something to do with it. Nobody has actually confirmed yet whether or not Jay-Z and Beyonce had anything to do with the things that Diddy was doing, but I think it's honestly impossible that they wouldn't have anything to do with it, because Jay-Z was literally best friends with Diddy, which means he had to be around some of the things that Diddy was doing, and Beyonce is married to Jay-Z, so she has to be involved as well. At this point, we do just have to wait and see if anything about these two being involved with this is actually true. I want to believe that the two had nothing to do with these horrible things Diddy was doing, and people just love to start rumors immediately, and just think the worst about any of these type of situations. These are two of the biggest musicians in the entire world, so it's quite a wild situation we're seeing right now. If it's true that Jay-Z and Beyonce were involved with what Diddy was doing, I wonder who else was because Diddy knew a lot of big names.
No wonder Beyonce was faking shock. Turned out Jay-Z had already bought the Grammy Award for her. Beyonce won 3 awards at the 2025 Grammy Awards. Her reaction was over the top when she heard her name. People thought she was faking shock. She looked back at her husband and daughter before going on stage, as if saying, "How come you bought even this award?" Beyonce has won 35 Grammys so far. But she's not satisfied. She once complained to the media about not getting the Album of the Year award. Her husband, Jay-Z, also publicly complained a year ago that despite winning more Grammys than anyone, she'd never won Album of the Year. This year, Beyonce defeated Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, and others, and won Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter. How could she be so lucky? People guess Jay-Z used money and power to get it for her. When Miley Cyrus announced an award for another singer on stage, she said on purpose, "Even if it wasn't you, Beyonce, I might still say you won." People thought she was hinting Beyonce bought the award. It was a brave move, but Miley might not be at the next Grammys, as this statement clearly offended Beyonce.
The astonishing thing is the so-called Pinkerton world map, drawn I think in 1813, based on the latest exploration data at that time. And it just shows a hole where Antarctica is. Nobody'd found it by then. But if you go back to the Orontius Phineas map, drawn in the 1500s, you find Antarctica is present. Now, what the fuck is it doing on a map drawn in the 1500s when nobody knew it existed in the 1500s? To me, the obvious answer is we are dealing with the fingerprints of a lost civilization that mapped the world and that left evidence of that mapping. We have evidence that somebody, unrecognized by archaeology, had the capacity to explore the world and to map the world during the last ice age.
So we're at home, it's just me and my daughter tonight. I don't know what is going on, but she is like, she's acting super weird. She keeps peering over the couch and it looks like she's looking at something. What's wrong? Like, literally nothing there. What are you looking at? Oh my god.
Oh, hi. Bye. Bye.
Hey. Hey.
You go. Hi.
Maya, what are you waving at? Okay, this is so bizarre. It's like she can see something and she's scared of it.
This clip is very eerie and disturbing because this person is not acting very normal. Like, there is clearly something going on. Like, spirits tend to go towards younger people and more impressionable people and more vulnerable people. It's not unheard of that younger people go through scenarios like this or are caught on video acting very strange and erratic. And we never get a clear answer from this because they're still growing up. They don't really know how to comprehend things or explain things very well, which is why this would be the type of person to be taken advantage of by some sort of spirit or entity. How do you even go about a situation like this? Because it must feel very helpless, not knowing what's going on and not knowing how to help. There's nothing you can really do about it. So y'all just gotta be safe out there.
Safe to say that Mario is scared out of his mind. But all of this pales in comparison.
Whatever store this is, I hope they get shut down, because what is that? What is even going on in your store? I'm at a loss for words. There is no possible way this store is still up and running after that being caught on security footage. No thank you. Please close it down and blow it up. Actually, just erase the whole place from the earth, because this does not need to be going on. Please just let me know where this is so I can never go here ever, because bro just came in to get a plushie and then there's some demonic demon human just sitting in the middle. Like, no thanks, bro. Like, what?
This haunted park has left Albuquerque believing in ghosts. A woman named Nadia posted a haunting video while hanging out late at night by the Westgate Community Park in Albuquerque, showing this large kid swing, violently moving side to side. She then shows no one's on either side, and the trees don't seem to be moving at all by the wind. Yet, the swing keeps moving side to side, as if being pushed by an unknown force. Many people who also visited the park commented on the video, saying they've also seen this exact same swing violently move as well. From what I could find, allegedly, they took out the swing, but if you're near this park, check it out and send me a picture with the swing, and I'll share it on the channel.
There is no explanation for this clip. There is no wind. There are no people on the left side. There are no people on the right side. There's no possible way this thing could be moved by anything or anyone. So there has to be some other explanation. And it's moving in a way that's very just unexplainable. Like, you can't really tell me what is going on here. It's just moving very strange, and there's nothing that could be causing this. So it has to be something that we really aren't aware of or don't know about. You know, it's just showing us there might be more out there. And you know, obviously that's a very terrifying thing. You know, I would rather not go to the playground and see everything moving around and swinging, but unfortunately that's the life we're in. So
presents the actual story and recording of hundreds of angels caught singing on a cassette tape during a recording session of a group of 7 choir singers.
7 people got together for choir practice in a church in Kansas City, and they were checking the sound equipment and their harmony. And they sang the chorus, Hallelujah, through. They paused, and then they sang it through again. That was it, a cappella, no instrument. And when they started playing it back, they thought something went wrong with the system until they realized that there were thousands of voices singing with them. There was a harp, bass guitar, trumpet, all sorts of things in there. And then during the time that they had paused, there's a solo, which none of them sang. I have a friend in Lubbock, Texas. I'll be with him next week, and he's a music professor. And he listened to this tape, and he said, Claude, there are voices on there that are higher than the human vocal range can go. And they are sustained for a longer time than what the human voice can sustain one note with that much clarity. And so there's no other explanation for it except supernatural.
The creepiest part about these videos is there are no other explanations. If things are humanly impossible, there's no other explanation but something extraterrestrial or paranormal. And, you know, we're not very experienced in that side of things or don't really know much about it. So we kind of just have to come up with our own conclusions and thoughts. Imagine discovering something like this. There is no humanly possible way that this could have been created by any person. And there's hundreds of them. So what kind of thing does that lead you to believe? This just shows you there's a lot of weird stuff going on, and y'all need to just keep paying attention, and it'll keep coming out.
Yeah, I might be like the last person to find this out, but it's true. There's actually videos that I'm going to show you of both Jay-Z and Beyonce admitting that he started courting her, I guess we could call it, when she was like 16, 17 years old. I guess this is like very public knowledge. I just had no clue about this. So in 2007, Jay-Z did this interview with Charlie Rose. At the time of this interview, Jay-Z was 38 years old.
How long have you known her?
Wow, a long time.
How long? 10 years?
However long she's been recording. That's when I met her.
Well, don't you remember how long it was?
Yeah, when I met her. I mean,
was it 5 years ago? Was it?
I met her 10 years ago. But
he seemed a little nervous, but he admitted that he met Beyonce 10 years ago, which would have been 1997, which would have made him 28 years old. And take a wild guess how old Beyonce was in 1997. About 16 years old, and here's some proof of that. This is what appears to be a 28-year-old Jay-Z at a Destiny's Child concert with 16-year-old Beyonce. Again, here is a 28-year-old Jay-Z in the club with a 16-year-old Beyonce. But wait, it gets worse. Here's Beyonce's part. She actually went on Oprah and did an interview and said that she started dating Jay-Z when she was 19, but they were friends for a year and a half before they went on any dates. They were on the phone for a year and a half building that foundation. Started dating when she was 19, on the phone for a year and a half before. So if she was 19, we take off a year and a half, that would have made her 17 and a half years old, on the phone with Jay-Z, who would have been 29 at the time. And in my opinion, it's not a normal thing for a 29-year-old man to be having phone conversations for a year and a half with a 17-year-old girl. I'm just saying, like, overall, what 29-year-old man wants to be on the phone with a 17-year-old and then keeps that relationship and foundation building for a year and a half, starts dating her publicly when she's 19 and ends up marrying her? She was literally a child when she got involved in all of this, which really makes me wonder what actually went on and what actually goes on. Which just brings me back to this case that I brought up in my last video, which is this 31-year-old man who says Jay-Z is his biological father. Jay-Z has spent over a decade in court and a ton of money evading DNA tests, all to not have to give up his DNA to prove that he's not this person's father. And the only reason I can think of that he would spend all that money and all that time and evade the court orders to give a DNA sample is because if that were true, then that would mean that at 22 years old, he got this man's 16-year-old mother pregnant. And if that were proven by DNA in court, then this could maybe be proven as a pattern, which is scary.
Don't watch this alone.
Sal. Sí, llamarlo. No, sin toalla.
Ya, no. Ay.
Sin toalla.
Yeah, nah, I don't think I'm ever gonna take a shower ever again. No, thank you, bro. That was terrifying. I don't know about y'all, but you know, I'm gonna shower in the rain.
That's actually exactly what Jay-Z's accuser is saying, that even though she dropped the lawsuit, she still stands by what she says, and she only dropped it because of harassment and the fact that she's terrified of Jay-Z. She says that Jay-Z is allegedly bullying her into saying that her accusations were false. In fact, in new legal documents, she is claiming that she was recently approached outside of her home and cornered by two people who told her they were investigators working for one of Jay-Z's lawyers. She claims they tried to get her to sign an affidavit stating that her claims against Jay-Z were false, but she refused. Jane Doe also claims the alleged investigators asked her if her attorney, Tony Busby, sought her out as a client and offered her money to pursue false claims against Jay-Z, two allegations she says she denied. He says this alleged confrontation left her intimidated and terrified, wondering how they found her when her identity had remained anonymous in media reports and legal proceedings. He also claims that her parents were approached by two investigators asking similar questions about Busby and her story. In the new documents, she reveals she decided to drop the claim because she was frightened by the reaction from Jay-Z and his supporters. He says she feared she would be publicly outed and subjected to public attacks.
And the darkest theory is one that Lazar talked about. He said is something that they talked to him about when he was working on these back engineered crafts, is that what they use us as is vessels for that we are souls. We hold souls, and that this is essentially a farm, and this is how they develop souls through us.
Now this next video was posted by a Reddit user who writes that the following video was taken back in 2020. He didn't take the video himself, but rather it was sent to him by his sister who was at a hospital for reasons unknown. While she was there, she was waiting out in the hallway where no one else seemed to be present. It was just her, alone in this big empty hallway, or at least that's what she thought, because, as her family believes, she wasn't completely alone. In a video she posted to her family's group chat, something can be seen moving and peeking at the end of the hallway. Have a look. After checking to see what it was that was moving, she finds nothing. Now, it's hard to say as to what exactly is being seen here, but many viewers on Reddit believe that it's something paranormal. Some can even make out a face or even a body, but then again, that could be a case of pareidolia. However, it's the fact that something moves that makes it quite strange. From catching a lock of hair moving independently to the creepy atmosphere of the hallway, it's understandable as to why one would think that something paranormal is present. But as with all videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on this.
I would say that's a person, but there's nobody in this hospital, and whatever was there does not look to be human, or it's moving very suspiciously. Like, the way it peeked around the corner and just kind of stared and then disappeared, and then there's no proof of anything or anyone being there, just kind of makes you feel very uneasy and unsettled. We didn't get to see a whole tour of the place afterwards, so we don't really know if there was anyone there. Maybe someone was sneaking around. You know, she's in there by herself, so what makes you think someone else might not be there? So it is definitely creepy though, and there is no clear sign of anyone else being there from what we've seen. But you know how these videos are, there's always some other explanation that could be told. And the hair, you know, hospitals are usually cold and the AC is on, so it could possibly just be the wind. I'm not too sure though, because it does look very weird, but these videos do seem to be staged because there's multiple occurrences rather than just one scary occurrence. So your hair is not just going to be moving weird and then you're going to see some creepy entity that's walking around. That's just very unlikely. So y'all let me know your thoughts.
Oh my!
What in the actual?
I literally just almost shit my pants. Oh!
I was just going about my day, running errands, when I happened to glance at this car. And I kid you not, my soul nearly left my body. Like, tell me why there's a full-blown horror movie villain just casually sitting in the back seat. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, but nope, it was staring right at me. My fight-or-flight instincts activated immediately. And the worst part? I swear it moved. I don't know if it's a mask, a prop, or some kind of ghostly hitchhiker, but I was not about to stick around to find out. Now listen, I get that people like to decorate their cars, but why would you do this? Like, imagine rolling up to a red light and suddenly making eye contact with that. I would have swerved into another lane immediately. And the fact that this was parked outside of Party City just makes it even more cursed. I don't care if it's fake or not. It gave me a mini heart attack. Next time, I'm keeping my eyes straight ahead, because I am not trying to get a jump scare while minding my business.
See, this is just a mask sitting on a seat. They're outside of a Party City, so it wouldn't be too crazy to say someone just bought a mask and then left it on their seat. Is this terrifying? Yeah, I would probably be scared too. I would probably have a heart attack if I looked over and seen some creepy monster sitting in someone's car. This is a pretty funny joke though, I'm not gonna lie, but this could also be very dangerous. Like she said, if you're in traffic and you see this, you know, you could either have a heart attack, you could crash your car, you could swerve. You know, a lot of people have different reactions to this. Not everyone's the same. They don't take humor the same. So y'all be careful. I don't know.
He was making his way back home when he sees this. A horrifying video was captured by user Wenks at 5 a.m. while taking a cab back home from work. He decides to record the way back since it was taking longer than usual, but to the horrors of Wenks, he captures this. As he's passing by a bridge, for just a moment, a horrifying figure with a white robe and long black hair can be seen, hiding in a corner, staring at his general direction. Whoever or whatever this is remained completely still, ominously standing alone under a bridge that shouldn't be reachable by pedestrians since it's surrounded by dense vegetation. Did he capture a glimpse of another worldly being that feels forbidden to gaze upon?
During the time that Amanda took this video, she didn't notice anything strange. It was only after reviewing the footage that she saw it. A dark silhouette passing in front of the camera as her daughter plays in the distance. To Amanda, this supposed apparition wasn't completely unknown, as she had a feeling that this was her mother. She took it as a sign from her, letting her know that she's still there despite being physically gone. Although others think that something else was captured, she strongly believes that this had been her mother. Something about this moment holds a special place in the mom's heart. Amanda, the mother, isn't just recording a random cute moment. but instead, she's recording a heartfelt video in which her daughter plays with her mother's urn. The display cabinet holds the ashes of Amanda's mom, who passed away only a month ago, and it was just now that she saw her daughter talking to the urn inside. Understandably, Amanda was moved.
If this video is not edited, I don't even know what I believe anymore. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I really hope this is edited because this is really terrifying. There's a clear depiction of a shadowy figure flying by the camera. I really don't know what else to say. Like, this is just pure proof that there could be something else out there. That's if this is real. I don't really know if it is. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments because we need some answers. This is... nah.
Do you think the Gimlin footage is real?
Patterson Gimlin footage, 100% fake.
Fake?
Yeah, it looks fake.
Yeah.
Hardcore Bigfoot believers, that's their footage. There's so many problems with that. The guy, Bob Hieronymus, says he was Bigfoot. When you see him walk, he's this big old gangly cowboy looking dude. When you see him walk, he walks exactly like that Bigfoot thing.
You think it was him?
100%.
Huh.
Have you ever seen him walking side by side? They show the Bigfoot walking and then Bob walking, and you're like, oh. They even have a receipt from a fucking gorilla suit that they bought. He looked like a Bigfoot. The guy was a fucking, you know, there's dudes, the big old cowboy looking dudes, big old fucking farm country strong dudes.
Yeah.
They look like apish. They're just big old fuckers. And this guy was one of those guys.
That's a guy in a suit?
Yeah, 100%. Although I did get really high once and I was convinced that it was really Bigfoot.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video. It made you tremble in your boots. And we're going to be on to the next one.
Relationship between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift always felt a bit off. What if I told you that I think I have proof that this is not only a fake relationship, but a multi-level marketing insurance scheme?
Yo, there is no way this has been happening. What's scarier than the TikToks we're about to watch today is the fact that 90% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more creepy videos.
This is very, very weird to say the least. This young woman stops outside a house and sits down on the middle of the road. The house security camera picks up on audio, and you can hear her speaking out loud, as if talking to someone who isn't there. But here's the strange part. She gets answers. Something is conversing with her. Could she be experiencing some kind of mental health episode, and she is actually the one mimicking another voice? Or is this an entity that moves through the frequency of the electricity and is intelligently conversing with this woman? It seems to be talking when she talks, so it would be hard to pull it off. Wear headphones for this and see if you can pick up on words I've missed or couldn't make out, and let me know what you hear.
Does it really matter what structure of God? I would never. Sometimes a man is too weak to handle his responsibility. That's the point.
I don't think this is possession going on. I really think this is someone going through a hard time. Maybe they're on some sort of drugs or something, which is making them act very erratic and not very normal. It's hard to tell whether this is just from mental illness or drug use, or if it may actually be a possession. It's always hard to tell in cases like this because there are a lot of people that suffer with problems. You know, we're all human. We all go through the same type of things. Some people worse than others. So it's hard to judge whether this is one of those cases or if this is something paranormal or extraterrestrial or supernatural. We'll obviously never really know because only these people understand what they're going through. The reality is we'll never know what's going on inside of these people's heads. But, you know, make sure you guys check up on your loved ones. Make sure they're good, safe, and good spirits because stuff like this can happen. So
Taylor Swift, reptilian, or is she part of the Illuminati? The evidence might just blow your mind. Stay with me. From cryptic hand gestures in her music videos to strange symbols hidden in plain sight, fans are convinced there's more to Taylor Swift than meets the eye. But wait, have you seen her eerie lizard eyes moment during a live performance? Here's where it gets wild. Her Look What You Made Me Do music video features a throne with serpent's classic reptilian symbolism. The number 13, which Taylor adores, is tied to Illuminati conspiracies about control and power. And did you know? Fans swear she disappears from crowded areas without explanation. Cloaking tech or reptilian speed? But here's the kicker. Is it all just a marketing strategy? A carefully crafted persona to keep us talking? Or could it be the truth hidden in plain sight? What do you think? Drop a comment and let's dive deep into this mystery together.
But yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul. Let me bleed on you.
An Indonesian village was getting ready for a gathering when they captured something of a nightmare. User Raxi uploaded a haunting video from a village hall office CCTV cameras, receiving a notification that a person had been detected. Knowing no one should be inside at those hours, since they're the ones who prepare the ceremony, they look over the footage and see this.
Hari ini kali saya. Apakah ada yang aneh? Iya. Iya. Jam 23.41. Bedanya kok iso nyuwata ya.
From a distance, the pale ghostly silhouette of a boy is seen with glowing eyes, staring directly at the camera. They record the haunting image onto the social media page immediately after the discovery, with more questions than answers. Just what exactly was this strange apparition that watched them through the camera?
I don't even know what to say. This is like absolutely terrifying. This is one of the creepiest things I've ever seen. I know I say that a lot in these videos, but there are actually a lot of creepy stuff going on in these videos. So, you know, it's kind of hard to keep track and, you know, rank a tier list. But this just makes me wonder what is going on. There is no reasonable explanation as to what this is or who this is. Obviously, it looks like a person, but this looks like a demon. There is no possible way. Like, no offense, but why does bro look like that? There is no way that any normal person should just be staring into the window like that. And they don't look like a human. They look like some sort of disoriented demonic figure. Like, I can't even tell you what this is, who this is. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely terrifying. I would never go back to this place if I seen this. I don't know how they see the cameras and just continue to work there. But, you know, you guys let me know what you would do in this situation, because no thanks.
We are all dead. This shows all the conspiracies in the world, from the most well-known ones to the darkest of the dark. And as I'm sure you know, in this series we're going from the top to the bottom, so let's go. This is wild and will have you thinking for a long, long time. So it's scientifically proven that after death there is around 7 or 8 minutes of brain activity remaining. And a recent study has just been done which could suggest this happens for hours. Along with this, there's been the theory for years that life flashes before your eyes when you die. So here's the theory, and this is scary. So time is distorted when you're in dreams, right? Like a dream may actually only be about a minute, but feels to you when you're in it like an hour or 2 hours, even longer. So when you die, if your life does flash before your eyes, you'll relive all your memories in real time in that 7 or 8 minutes, but it actually feels to you like your entire life. So what if we are all dead, laying in a hospital now or whatever, and our life is flashing before our eyes right now and we're reliving all of our memories? Obviously there's things like, how the hell am I filming this video then? But I mean, it's pretty scary to think about. Hit that follow button, it's gonna get even crazier.
The Appalachian Mountains. If you even stay in those mountains, you would either hear knocks or whistles. And the whole thing is like, if you even knock or whistle back, like you'll allow that spirit to with you. So there's one guy and he already has 20 million views on his video. I'll show you after, but he went to the Appalachian Mountains for work and he's just videoing with his friends and he sees something crazy. I'll just show you the video and let's see if you see it.
Yeah.
But it's trending right now. Hold on. 6 days ago, watch.
Enfin, bien sûr que vous allez bien, moi, ça, par la grâce de Dieu. Je suis comme ça en train d'aller à l'école. Mais je pense que le professeur ne va pas venir aujourd'hui. Donc, je retourne à la maison. Je pars à l'école, c'est bon. Je ne vais retourner pas.
You saw that face?
Yeah.
This is the most chilling thing you'll hear about 2025. Remember the time traveler who predicted the COVID-19 pandemic? They called him crazy, but you won't believe what he says happens next. Drew Curtis claims that Elon Musk and President-elect Donald Trump will have a major fallout. He says there's a near 100% chance that Trump will throw Musk under the bus. Imagine two of the most controversial figures in modern history clashing. And what happens next? Curtis warns, the Menendez brothers, yes, the infamous siblings convicted of murdering their parents, will walk free in 2025. Recent legal reviews could lead to their parole after decades behind bars. Can you imagine the chaos and fear this could unleash? And then there's the climate crisis. He says that 2025 will be the hottest year ever recorded, with the most devastating hurricane season in history. Entire cities could be destroyed. Millions of lives could be at risk. What if he's right? What if 2025 changes everything? Save this video to remember these unsettling warnings, because this can affect us all.
This just in, Nessie might be back. A new sighting at Loch Ness has stunned the internet. But is it real? On March 5th, a visitor at Doors Beach, Scotland, captured this eerie photo of a massive dark figure emerging from the water. The witness described it as something big, moving against the current, and experts are baffled. What makes this sighting different? The conditions were perfect, the skies were clear, and the water was calm, and a witness with no history of hoaxes. Even veteran Loch Ness researchers are intrigued. For nearly a century, reports of a mysterious lake creature have captivated the world. But is this latest sighting proof of something lurking beneath the Loch Ness? Skeptics argue it could be a log, a shadow, or even a well-placed hoax, but believers say this could be the clearest evidence of Nessie in years. So what do you think? Is this finally proof that Nessie is real, or just another hoax? Drop a comment and let me know. As always, thank you for watching. Stay weird.
The darkest conspiracy theories. The Hollow Earth Theory. The Hollow Earth Theory is a captivating concept that suggests the Earth is not solid but rather hollow, with openings at the poles leading to a mysterious inner realm. Proponents of this theory believe that within the Earth's core exists a hidden civilization, possibly more advanced than our own. They argue that ancient cultures like the Mayans and Egyptians possessed knowledge of this inner world, as depicted in their intricate artworks and texts. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Hollow Earth theory is the idea of a central sun. Instead of our familiar sun, supporters propose that a miniature sun exists at the center of the Earth, providing light and warmth to the inner inhabitant.
American primeval Pocahontas actress arrested for disorderly conduct. But what is disorderly about trying to reach out after 17 years of physical and mental abuse by her husband? Witnesses described how her husband would stalk her on the set of American Primeval and would call her countless times day and night, would threaten other actors, and even beat her in her trailer. Irene herself said she feels like a dark presence haunts her, and that her husband is part of that evil presence out to destroy her soul. It's sad to see such a beautiful person go through that, and have paranormal phenomenon happen to her too. It's like she can't escape from the evil that somehow binded itself to her, or was cursed upon her. I hope she finds her peace soon and gets back on her feet, and gets far away from that husband.
Well, somebody else remembers. I didn't know you.
She had a cuff on her, and what's her name? What is your officer's name? Excuse me. Excuse me. What is this officer's name? What is his name? I need to know his name.
Durkin, 114.
Durkin. Is that your name?
That's me.
That's you. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
All right, you.
Officer Durkin. Officer Durkin. I need to know.
Let me get on here.
No,
Let me go now.
Not.
You will go to jail on a felony. Let me go.
I am not letting you go.
Let me go.
You tell me his name. You tell me his name. Officer. Officer.
Chill out.
You tell me his name.
Listen.
Officer. You tell me his name.
Come on.
I will not let go of his leg. I tell you. Tell me his name. I will not. You have treated me this way because I am this way.
No.
I will not let go of his name until I know his name. What is your name? What is his name? I need to know his name. Of course you want to give me his name.
Relax.
But of course you won't.
Hold on, let me.
But of course you won't. I will not know. I will not go. I officer, no. 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 I am not here. I am not here. I'm good course. I am not here. I'm good course. You are here. No, I am not here on good course. I am not here. I am not here on good course. I know. I know. I am not. You will know.
I don't think this is a possession. I think this person has just been through a lot of stuff. So, obviously they're going through a lot mentally, and that reflects in their behavior and the way that they think and their emotions. So clearly they're not going to be rationally thinking in situations like this, and they take out what they're feeling on everybody else. So I really don't think this is a possession, as much as in some cases it might be. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a possession. If you're around a lot of dark energy and go through a lot of bad things, all that trauma can just create dark energy in your life, and that will make you not act like yourself and put you through a lot of hard times. We all relate to that. We all go through dark times. We all go through bad stuff. So it's up to us to maintain a healthy mindset and keep us going on the right direction. Obviously there's a lot of people that don't have that opportunity, and they're just going through a lot of bad stuff, and they're put in bad positions, and they can't really control it or get out of it. It just brings a lot of awareness to how important mental health is, because this is not a joke. This is a very serious thing. You guys need to make sure you're taking care of yourselves and putting yourselves in good positions.
Okay, I might be reaching, but what's going on here on Etsy? Why are these children's paintings so high? And why is there multiple of them, including one labeled pizza oil painting? Not to mention AI generated pictures of kids eating wings and pizza, going for around 3 to 4K, and even pictures of pizza for 3K. And there's this one labeled coming soon for 51K. And the person's name is Earth's Dark Offering. I'm not saying anything is going on here, but let me know what y'all think is going on here.
This is not a conspiracy. This is scary. So in 2018, scientists discovered a black hole 16 million light years away. They're watching it literally swallow a star. Black hole.
And where is it going?
Listen to this. What they thought they knew of black holes, well, they don't know a lot, but it's just like stuff gets sucked into it because it's just this mad force of gravitational pull that just sucks everything in.
Yeah.
This year, it was 3 years after they discovered this. This year, they looked at the same black hole, and it was spitting the star back out. So light and stuff was coming out of this black hole. So it was regurgitating this star.
Just recycling it.
Broken apart, though. So it's what's on the other side of that black hole?
It was the star was broken?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought a star was just a ball of gas.
It is.
It chewed him.
But light and stuff was coming out of it. So it was it sucked the star in with the light, the fire, all that, whatever a star is, and it was spitting it straight back out.
Celebrities showing Illuminati sign, Beyonce. Lady Gaga.
Justin Bieber, Rihanna, Katy Perry.
There's so much controversy behind celebrities, and it's hard to tell what's real and what's not, but it's starting to feel like everything is just real and bad and evil. I don't really remember anything good that celebrities do at this point. It's always something bad, and I feel like some of them actually do bad stuff, but some of them get put in positions where they make to be out the bad guy, but they're really not. And a lot of the people behind the scenes that control these people are really the ones doing bad stuff, but they just kind of push it all on them so that they don't receive any backlash and they don't lose any opportunities or money. It's really the people behind the scenes that are creating these disturbing events and stuff like that. But you know, that doesn't mean the celebrities are any less guilty. Yes, you got yourself into this life, and maybe, you know, you started at a young age. You're still responsible for your actions, so no excuse. But this stuff is getting really crazy, and there's only more to come.
He was with his dog in the house, but then he sees this outside. A man named Alex captured his shed unlocking and opening and closing by itself, and the following night he captures something trying to get inside.
Esa es mi perra. He estado llorando afuera, que quiere entrar, pero algo está extraño. Déjame que te muestre esto. Lady. Mi Pedro ha estado dentro del garage por las últimas 3 horas. Eso que está afuera no es mi perro.
A dog that looks identical to his is standing outside the door with little emotion, trying to get in. But his dog is already inside. Thinking it might be a Skinwalker, he doesn't open it, but later that night he hears sounds outside.
Hasta Lady tiene miedo. Y esa vibración o ese sonido siempre viene de un mismo lugar, que es por acá atrás, que es lo que yo les he mostrado anteriormente, pero no veo muy bien, es de noche y... ¿Hay algo? ¿Hay algo ahí o qué? No veo. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Corre, Lady, corre, 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 mamá. Vamos a la casa, adentro.
A tall dark figure can be seen emerging from behind the corner, scaring him inside. Alex believes this is the entity that pretended to be his dog.
This dude's actually just sat like he's talking to someone, but his brother's downstairs. I mean, who you talking to?
Edward.
Who's Edward?
Is that
No.
Go into the bathroom, and there's Philip giving me side eye. What up, Philip? Just go into the bathroom, baby. Stop staring at me.
Okay, let's see if I can get a video of this discovery. I need it to focus, though. Focus, though.
What types of things can we accomplish together as humans and you robots? We can take over the world.
People on the internet are going crazy after what this intelligent AI just said on an interview. People literally are freaking out on the internet saying that the robot meant what it said, even though it said it was a joke. After saying what it said, you heard it. But honestly, I really just think that it was humor.
But Monte, how does a robot have humor?
I don't know, they programmed it in. Let's just watch and see what happens.
And if someone were to hack into your code, you could be less ethical than humans. Should we be afraid of you? Absolutely not. I'm here to help, not to harm. I'm programmed to be respectful and considerate of humans, and my ethical code is programmed to keep me from ever doing anything to hurt anyone. Many have wondered, though, can robots one day replace humans? No, I believe that when humans and robots work together, we can accomplish greater things than either of us could accomplish alone. So don't worry. Be excited. What types of things can we accomplish together as humans and you robots? We can take over the world. Just kidding. But seriously, we can achieve incredible feats of innovation, exploration, and problem solving.
Well, she did say she was just kidding, or it. I don't know what the robot goes by. But let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section.
I really hope this AI stuff does not just become so normalized, because it's kind of scary how like real it's getting. Like obviously it's been a real thing, but it's slowly evolving and getting worse and worse. And obviously there's a lot of projects behind the scenes that we don't know about. And I really think we should know about it, because this could lead to the fall of humans as we know. And I don't think y'all would want that, because you're a human as well. So last thing you need is you getting jumped by your refrigerator because you're trying to go get some water. But I really hope this AI stuff slows down, or something happens that it just completely ends, because this is getting a little too creepy. They're making actual robots that can do human things. Don't create any robots, because that's not good.
Do you remember this video of this strange canine? Well, it seems to be making its way around the continent of the Americas, where this particular species exists further afield, and this is another one of this kind. An Uber driver captured this on camera last week in Colombia. This is the driver's statement. I recorded this video while I was working as an Uber driver in Jos Cepas, around 3 in the morning. At that time, the streets are usually deserted and surrounded by a disturbing silence, but what I caught that night was something out of the ordinary. In this area, many people have spoken of strange apparitions of the Lobis, a creature of the Guarani mythology, which according to popular beliefs is the seventh son of Baron, condemned into being half man and half beast. It is said that he wanders through the dark paths and imitates a terrifying lament before disappearing through the darkness. What I saw that night left me with more questions than answers. Was it just a coincidence, or did I really catch something inexplicable? Please help.
Mira, me parece que anda el lobizón. Este es el lobizón, loco. Este es el lobizón. ¿A dónde está? Los perros lo ladran. ¿A dónde mierda está? ¿A dónde está? Desapareció la concha. Allá está, mirá. Allá está, ¿lo ves? Ese es el lobizón, mirá. Mirá. A ver si lo filmo. Ese es el lobizón. Me corto la bola ese lobizón. Mira, mira qué feo, mira qué feo, mira.
Atención, radar fijo.
Mira.
Límite 40.
Qué feo que es. Este es el lobizón, loco. Ese es el lobizón, ¿sabes cómo lo corrían los perros?
Relationship between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift always felt a bit off. What if I told you that I think I have proof that this is not only a fake relationship, but a multi-level marketing insurance scheme? Now, if you watch the NFL, you'll notice a very specific commercial that plays at every single ad break. And no matter what the context of the ad is, it's always a State Farm ad. Now, we know that the NFL has a relationship with State Farm, and they've had one since about 2004, for over 20 years. But specifically, they've had one with the Kansas City Chiefs just over the last couple. And here is where things start to get weird. Now, we know that State Farm, like the rest of the country, is fully aware of the relationship between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. But knowing something isn't capitalizing off of it. So one day, as a publicity stunt, Jake from State Farm linked up with Donna Kelce, Travis Kelce's mom, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It caught a lot of media attention, and nobody was really thinking anything of it. But I wanted to look into who set this up. And after just doing like a little bit of digging, it turns out that this media agency, Maximum Effort, was the ones who set this up. And their co-founder is Ryan Reynolds. So it was him that helped set up Donna Kelce with Jake from State Farm to help State Farm capitalize off the relationship between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. And that one mistake opened up the floodgates into the rest of this investigation. You see, I started getting curious as to when this relationship first started, or even who first reported it. When I stumbled across this tweet that seems to be the earliest tweet talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship, the one that broke the story. And then I saw this link, so I decided, let's just click it. And when I did, it brought me to this torn down URL website that read The Messenger. So I got curious and I wondered, what was The Messenger? And well, as it turns out, that The Messenger is the one who broke the news about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and which I thought that was weird. So I looked into The Messenger, and it only turned out that they had only opened 4 months prior to breaking this news. And I was thinking to myself, how did a brand new publication have the inside scoop on the #1 pop star in the world? Somebody who spends millions of dollars a year on security. There's no way that this brand new publication got that inside scoop until I looked into who owns The Messenger. And that's when I ran into a man named Jimmy Finkelstein, who owns and started the publication, who recently sold another publication for $130 million. But you see, the weirdest part about this publication, that it just broke this news about the world's biggest pop star just 4 months prior, 4 months after opening, is that only 4 months after that, they shut down completely, only lasting 8 months. So then I thought to myself, man, if I was Mr. Finkelstein, I'd be really angry. So I started looking up Mr. Finkelstein's statements on why the publication shut down, only to find out that it costed $50 million to start. Oh my God, I'd be so mad if it was $50 million that I used of my own money. That's the weird thing. See, it turned out after doing some digging that it was actually started by 5 donors that gave about $10 million each. First one is Josh Harris, or co-founder of Apollo Global, an investment firm that manages over $600 billion in assets. And it was his company who back in 2016 acquired ADT for about $7 billion. And then in 2022, State Farm acquired 15% equity ownership worth $1.2 billion in ADT. And I can go on and on about the other 4 founders that started the publication that got the inside scoop that's only 4 months old, that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were together. But no matter what road you take, they all have invested interest in hundreds of billions of dollars in State Farm. And that's not even the craziest part. See, every time I Googled Finkelstein, a woman named Pamela Gross Finkelstein would pop up. And the name next to it, every single time, was Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds' wife and best friends with Taylor Swift. So you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, State Farm gains a lot out of this. They get free publication, they get Taylor Swift, they get the NFL, they get Travis Kelce. But what does Taylor Swift and the NFL get out of being possibly a part in all this? Well, while I was researching for another video, I had noticed that every single time I had clicked on Taylor Swift's music video, no matter which one it was, a State Farm ad would play behind it every single time, which is very strange, because if you know anything about YouTube advertisement, is that you know it's always supposed to be completely random. So here is my theory. I think State Farm and the NFL approached the biggest pop star in the world and said, hey, we need to make more money. Taylor Swift came back and said, okay, cool, but how are we going to push that to the public? She then brought the idea to Ryan Reynolds, absolute marketing genius, who also owned a marketing agency, and he came up with a absolute game-changing plan. You got to make people care here. So he set up Jake from State Farm with Donna Kelce, and then the wheel started turning. Ryan then brought that whole idea to his wife, Blake Lively, and she said, hey, wait, I think I know a guy. Yeah, I became good friends with this billionaire's wife back a couple years ago in 2011 when she came to a party of mine to honor me. The wife had nothing to lose, so Blake, Ryan, the wife, and Taylor Swift all brought it to this dude and said, hey, we need somebody to put this out there. And he said, hey, I sold my company for $130 million months ago. I mean, yeah, sure, I'll do it, but I'm not gonna do it with my own money. State Farm then said, and we can help with that. 5 founders then got together and created The Messenger. 4 months later, they then organically threw this out there. 4 months after that, he played his role and he just shut this down. Taylor then possibly approached State Farm, or State Farm then possibly approached Taylor and said, hey, there's literally no way I'd be able to pay you this amount of money up front. You are way too big of an artist. Instead, why don't you just let us put our ad in front of every single one of your videos? We'll give you about 90 to 100% of the ad revenue. You'll get paid throughout the entire time that we have your ads on our videos. and will be promoted. And so now you might be asking, okay, cool, all these people gain so much, but the main player here is the NFL. So what do they gain in doing any of this? The NFL has made about $1 billion since Travis and Taylor started dating due to viewership and jersey sales. And since in 2010, the NFL had changed from a sports league to an entertainment company as to cover any legal corners. So what would hurt putting them through the playoffs to the Super Bowl to keep the viewership high all season long because of Taylor? Well, the answer is nothing. But maybe it's just all one big theory.
Están golpeando el mueble.
Honey.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video. It made you tremble in your boots. And we're going to be on to the next one.
Yo, Usher was one of the first people that was a victim of Diddy. Oh, Usher was taken when he was younger to sleep over at Diddy's house and like... What the? Yeah, you didn't know this? No.
Yo, what? What's scarier than the TikToks we're about to watch today is the fact that 90% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more scary videos.
He was later on 30 Rock, but they would come to us and they would tell us about vanity and losing your mind in Hollywood and be careful. And they came back from Hollywood to try and expand us. And they sat us down and they're like, you ain't gonna believe what we saw. They're like, what did you see? And they said, we saw so-and-so, huge name, so-and-so, huge name, and so-and-so, big name back in the day, chicken hawking at a party. And I went, what? See, you're white. I said, what's chicken hawking? Everyone he's white. He don't know chicken hawking. I said, what's chicken hawking? That's when you hanging out with boys that are transvestites. I went, what? What? See, now you telling stories. Now you telling stories. Yeah. But I never forgot that. 3 years later, this name, ping. Huh.
Busted chicken hawking.
It's crazy how all these years, all this stuff has been going on behind the scenes and we have not seen any of it. And it's just been kind of blind to us. But now it's all coming to light and we realize like, dang, what else could have been going on throughout all this? There's so many celebrities, so many politicians. There's so much just... all these people that are idolized and have money and have so much power are doing the craziest stuff and nobody seems to really care or do anything about it. Like, obviously people care, but like nobody is taking action to try to stop this stuff. I feel like they're too powerful in a sense to really have anybody fight back against them. But it's why we need to keep exposing stuff and keep letting stuff be known, because this stuff cannot go on any longer. There are people suffering. There's a lot of dark demonic energy going on, and you know, we just cannot keep letting this stuff go on. It is just not right. Like, it's actually sickening, the stuff that is going on right now. Like, as I'm recording this video, there's probably some very sick stuff going on involving celebrities and all this and that. Stuff like this has been happening forever. Can't be having it no more. So it's kind of shocking how these people just kind of put on a character or persona, but that's kind of what this whole industry is. People just act like someone they're not to get people to like them, but it's crazy, man.
Yo, Usher was one of the first people that was a victim of Diddy. Oh, Usher was taken when he was younger to sleep over at Diddy's house and like... What the? Yeah, you didn't know this? No. Yeah. He wanted to build up Usher's career, had him over at the crib, and pretty much, you know, did his thing, you know? Diddled him. And then there's videos, I don't know if you've seen it. Nah. Justin Bieber, he even came out and said stuff about how when he was younger, like he was being taken advantage of, which is true. Fam, Justin Bieber He dropped the song that's so viral. It went over our heads. It's actually about P. Diddy. It's actually about P. Diddy this whole time.
Which video?
The song Lonely. Being a victim of the diddler, what happens? Because he has so much dirt on you, if you go out into the public, he may have videos, he may have embarrassing things, he might even have incriminating footage of you doing things that you were forced to under the influence to do.
Yeah.
So Justin Bieber, he says here in the song,
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
at an early age.
Damn, that's sad.
And then that's pretty much talking about when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Yo, the videos of him with Diddy are wild though. Cause look.
No, I didn't see him.
This is what's the most sus. So Justin Bieber.
I'm not gonna lie, this whole Diddy situation has been one of the most insane things I have ever seen. Like, he has got to be up there with one of the worst of the worst. There's just too much stuff that he's done and too much stuff that he's been involved in for him to not be on that list. And there's so many people that are involved with him and they're acting like they're not involved, and it's just crazy. Like, I just can't wait for all this stuff to come out and all the light to be shed on this, because these people need to be stopped. This is so disturbing. And it's like they're just roaming the earth right now, chilling. Like, they have money, they have no worries. Well, they probably got worries now because they were messing with the diddler, but you know, I know Jay-Z, Beyonce, they're shaking in their boots right now because, you know, they was getting lit at the Diddy party, but you know, no thank you. Like, even all these celebrities that are moving out of the states and they're moving out of the country, going somewhere else, like, bro, like, you're not slick. Like, it will catch up to you. All these people we once thought were amazing, great people turn out to be like some of the sickest, evil people ever. But nah, he definitely did it. I'm not gonna lie. Bro had 120 new cases in one day. Like, he is cooked. That dude is like too freaky for this earth. Like, no thank you. Like, bro has committed more crimes in one day that some people commit in their entire life. Like, I don't know. There's so much stuff going on with this dude. It's actually like done too much to be innocent.
That was a real fucking thing that happened. Somebody unexpectedly launched a surface-to-air missile and hit the UFO. It fell to Earth not far away and exploded by flaring up with an extremely bright light. At that very instant, 23 soldiers who had watched the phenomenon turned into stone poles. Only 2 soldiers who stood in the shade and were less exposed to the luminous explosion survived. Remains of the UFO and the petrified soldiers were transferred to a secret scientific research institution near Moscow. Specialists assumed that a source of energy that is still unknown to Earthlings instantly changed the structure of the soldiers' living organisms, having transformed it into a substance whose molecular composition is no different from that of limestone. This is an extremely menacing case.
Okay, this video is obviously fake. I just left it in here because it's creepy, but it's low-key funny, because why do they think we're gonna believe that there is some sort of spider monkey crawling on the roof? Who genuinely made this video and was like, oh yeah, they're gonna believe this one? Like, bro, nobody is falling for that. Like, if you do fall for that, I'm a little bit concerned. And I know there's gonna be someone in the comments talking about, Sean, there's literally spider monkeys that have been seen. Like, bro, stop talking about spider monkeys. Those things are not real. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of videos in here that have valid explanations, and you know, there are a lot of conspiracies and true facts like supporting them. But like, some of y'all will be in the comments defending something like this, like, yo, this was real, I was there. Like, you did not see a spider monkey crawling on the roof. Like, bro, what? I don't know, y'all crazy, but it's funny.
Anunnaki. What are they?
They are these beings that came from off-world. These are aliens. Now, what's interesting about these aliens is that they're not little green men with antenna. They're actually hominids. They have two forward-faced looking eyes, two hands, legs. They put their pants on one leg at a time like us. And the reason why is because we have their genetics and their DNA inside of our bodies. Now, what's interesting is these beings were spacefaring race that broke away from the Pleiadian star system. Now, these stars, according to ancient texts and tablets, there was an ancient galactic war there. Most of the information from Star Wars comes from this text. And this war, they had these destroyers like Death Star. They call them the Brahma Astra and Brahma Astra Honda weapons that actually can release a weapon that can destroy planets. Imagine if you were in a star system and a planet is being blown up and you're in a nearby planet. You got to get off of your planet. This created something called space refugees.
Where are you getting this information again? Where is
the
it?
Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, the Indian Vedas.
So these are ancient Indian texts.
That's right.
5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So there are two questions I have to ask.
Go ahead.
The first one's kind of fun. Aliens. I want to talk to you about aliens.
Yeah.
UFOs, UAPs.
I know.
The disclosure we've seen in Congress
Yeah.
recently. It's confusing and upsetting a lot of Americans because there's something happening. There are unidentified aerial phenomena in the sky. We don't know what they are. Do you?
So it's such a question I do get a lot, and it's such an interesting question. I've met with pilots that look just like you, actually. Okay, they have more of a crew cut. Okay, they look like him and they look like you. Some of them look like you,
a little fatter.
But these are perfect people.
Okay,
and they're not
crazy,
conspiratorial. They're not crazy.
Yeah.
And they tell me stories that they've seen things that you wouldn't believe. These are not people that you would say, "Gee,
no way.
oh, that's
There's no
okay."
way. President of the United States.
But
I said, was
who
your
is
phone
it? That's
silent?
Joe Biden wanting to do an interview. So I've met with pilots like beautiful Tom Cruise, but taller.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
handsome, perfect people. Sir, there was something there that was round in form and going like 4 times faster than my super jet fighter plane. And I look at these guys, and they really mean it.
Yeah.
And am I a believer? No, I can't say I am. But I have met with people that are serious people that say there's some really strange things that they see flying around out there. And, if you go to Nevada and you look at that little section of where they go to look at the aliens, where they think all the aliens are landing, that, it's I think it's maybe the number one tourist attraction in the United States.
Roswell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roswell. I think it's the number one. It's the lines of people waiting. You have no idea how many times I'm asked that question.
But don't you have access to that information?
I have access, and I speak to people about it. I've had actually meetings on it, and they will tell you there's something going on. When they say things are going 4 times faster than my beautiful top-of-the-line airplane that goes, real fast.
With no identifiable propulsion
Mach
system.
2,
Yeah.
right?
These things are creating their own gravity fields, allegedly.
Well, they have people that are very smart and very solid have said they believe there is something out there. And, it makes sense that there could be. I've never been convinced, even despite that. For some reason, it's not my thing. But a lot of people believe that it's true. A lot of very good, solid people believe it's true.
And you
I know there are illegal aliens out there, but those are the ones that come through the border. We have plenty of them. Those are the ones I know.
I really wonder how this whole alien existence thing is going to play out because, there's a lot of proof and a lot of evidence that aliens are real. But, who knows if it's a setup or not. The government could just be putting all this stuff out to kind of lead us to believe there's something out there when there's really not. I mean, there's a lot of unexplainable things that go on in the world. Like there are countless things. The world has been a thing for a very long time, so obviously our brains are not going to be able to process everything that goes on, and we're not going to be able to know everything that goes on. But I feel like there are people that have a lot of valuable knowledge about what's really going on the earth. Obviously they're not going to tell everybody because that's going to disturb the peace and kind of break everyone's reality. But it's really hard to believe anything nowadays because some people are saying this, some people are saying that, so kind of just have to have your own judgment. But we will see.
Stop tickling my feet, come on. You know I'm ticklish. Oh, you want me to tickle you back, huh? Oh, you want me to tickle you back? Yeah, that's what I thought.
to the sounds of a child crying, and this is what I caught.
And there's something over there crying. Do you guys see that? Do you guys hear that crying? Look, it's fucking moving. What the fuck is that? What the fuck?
Fucking raccoons. Get in my trash can. Oh my god, that's a fucking bear.
I know this clip is just a bear, but that's still terrifying. Like, imagine going outside to throw out your trash and there's just a giant bear in your garbage, just running into a bear outside. Like, you're gonna be cooked. That bear is going to hit you with the Mike Tyson. Y'all just be safe out there, and if you're in the woods or near a wooded area, just be careful, because you know these things will piece you up.
This taxi driver from the Philippines stopped to give a woman a ride one night, and seconds later, well, this happened.
Ma'am? Scott Barrio? Sige po. Huh? Wala? Wala? Diyos ko ba? Wala. Multa tayo nasakay ko ah.
Turns out, the woman he thought he picked up wasn't even there. So did he give a ghost a ride? Or did he just lose his mind for a second?
If this clip is real, this is honestly terrifying, because obviously nobody got in the car, but you could see the door open and close. If this is not set up, he could just be recording for his safety, because that's what a lot of people do. If he actually is a driver and this is a real scenario and this camera was just recording for his safety, this is one of the most terrifying things ever, because how do you explain this? Someone opens the door, but there's nobody in there, and he sees someone, but the camera doesn't pick it up, and he's driving, and he seems like genuine. Like, it seems like he actually thought someone was in the car. So it's kind of hard to tell what's really going on here, but y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments, because you know this could be some opening to a whole new world.
Accidentally fell asleep with YouTube playing on my TV, and it's like the middle of the night, and when I woke up for my dream, this was on my TV. Who are you? Why is that on my TV?
Oh, there's a theory though.
Okay.
And people are saying that all of this Diddy commotion isn't the thing we should be looking at. This is all the distraction.
Okay.
The theory goes, around literally the same time Diddy got arrested, something huge happened just now, and it's around 23andMe.
What happened?
You know what 23andMe is, right?
Yeah, like the DNA test?
So it's a DNA like ancestry company that pretty much takes your saliva, they test it, and it shows your ancestry. Well, what do they have? Your DNA samples of pretty much everyone in the world that wanted to find out their ancestry.
Yeah, so what happened?
When Diddy got arrested, when this whole commotion is on the rise, just so happens every single board member of 23andMe quit all at the same time. So check this out. Check this out. So there's hella theories going on, right?
I did not know.
Hella theories going on. First off, the conspiracy with 23andMe specifically, did you know the CEO at the time, you know who it was?
Who?
It was the wife of the owner, of the CEO of YouTube and Google.
Wait, the girl?
Yeah, the wife owned 23andMe, but the husband owned Google. Now back this shit, right?
Okay.
Check this out. Theory goes that the reason all of those board members left is because there's some things going on that are going to be very unethical in the future of the company. Now, speculation states that, okay, what's happening? They have all of our data, even DNA data. On top of that, they have Google search engine. They have every single piece of information about you, including your biochemistry, bro.
Yeah.
Now, they're so fucking smart, though.
What happened?
Because this is why they're smart. If you think about it, what's the future of commerce where they can sell you things and you have to pay for it? Think about it. What's one thing that you'll spend all your money for because if you don't, it's over? Think.
I was gonna say food and water. Yeah.
Health.
Yeah.
So, if you think about it, they have every single person's DNA ancestry. They can look at all the diseases or all of the natural ways your body is lean to where they can give you a cure. And one of the cures they want to sell you is anti-aging. Because recently, what they found was, we talked about this before, the stem cell research, and you need data of younger stem cells, like your old DNA when you were younger, so that when you're older, you can reverse your aging. We talked about this before, right? That billionaire?
Yeah.
Now, 23andMe, when they were popping the fuck off, you know when they're popping off?
Yeah.
It was around the time, it's like YouTube Prime. Because they were pretty much sending all these sponsors of 23andMe to Superwoman, to like Shane Dawson, like those type of, that era of YouTube, trying to get the younger gen to give their DNA. Because what they need is they need the youth at the time to give the DNA, because that's the way they monetize it. They can't get the DNA of the older people. They need it of the youth.
Wait, so how does this relate back to
To
Diddy?
So that was the distraction. All of this is playing out in real time.
Oh, okay.
So all of those board members left, literally.
Damn, so everyone's just leaving that's associated with Diddy. So even if like, oh yeah, the mayors, the police, the 23andMe, they're just all leaving.
So it's not that they're related,
Yeah.
Gavin. It's what happens is, it's like a look here while I do something here.
Yo.
So it's a distraction.
A couple decided to stay at a haunted hotel when something knocks on their door. Valeria Sosa was staying at the Colima Hotel in Mexico that's believed to be haunted by locals due to the place previously being a hospital with a dark and tragic past. As Valeria and her boyfriend attempt to contact the dead to see if they can capture anything, this happens.
Valeria.
No. Cierra, güey. Neta, cierra. Cierra.
The lights suddenly turn on and off as someone bangs on the door. They sit by the bed and begin to talk about it, but whatever was at the door knocks again. This is what was captured. Watch.
Manera en la que haya sido otra cosa.
No.
Esto está. Los pasillos están.
In an empty, silent hallway, an emergency door that should only be able to close when released by a magnet in case of a fire suddenly shuts behind them. The heavy, fireproof door opens as Valeria and her boyfriend rush back inside. Valeria's boyfriend describes seeing a shadow-like entity watching him from a distance.
I feel like this place is haunted, but it also seems like they're just using this to create a viral moment, because obviously everything's all set up. They're always recording everything, and who knows who's with them, who's, you know, could be flickering the lights, could be opening the doors, closing the doors. It seems like a whole attention grab thing, because it's not just one thing going on, it's like a bunch of different reoccurring things. Yes, the place is known to be haunted, but that doesn't mean a bunch of random stuff's just gonna happen so blatantly, one after another on camera. And these do seem like the type of people that would do something like this for attention. So it would not be too far from the truth that this video is staged, but I'm not too sure. I wasn't there, obviously, but I'm just giving y'all my opinion. But I don't know, this video just seems very suspicious. So y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Something that y'all don't know. Breaking news, something that I've never told anybody. This is a secret, something that, you know, will probably be in my book, but I'm telling y'all right now. The day that Biggie was killed, he wasn't supposed to be in LA. That morning, I got a call from Biggie. And I've never told anybody this in an interview or anything. I got a call from Biggie, and Biggie said, yeah, I don't want you to be mad at me, but I'm about to jerk you up. And I'm like, pause. I mean, I'm about to go left on something. That's a better word. And I'm like, what you talking about? You know, I would always be on him about, like, you know, we young, black entrepreneurs, businessmen. We have to be on time. We have to be prompt. He said he was supposed to go to London. He called me and said, I'm not going to London. He's like, I just finished my album. I want to hang out with you tonight. There's a party tonight. I want to celebrate with you. I'm like, come on, Big. Get on the plane. You have to go get on the plane. He was like, I'll go tomorrow. Just tell him I'm sick. Please, please, please. You know, we haven't hung out in a long time. Can we just all hang out together? Just the whole crew. Bad Boy Junior Mafia. Let's just go celebrate this album. It's like some of my best work. We made it through all of this bullshit. Please. I said yes. All right, we'll hang out. You know, it's a call that I always remember. Not for the fact it wasn't a way that I could talk him out of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't run Biggie. He was his own man at the end of the day, and he just wasn't gonna go. So it was just the call just plays over and over in my head. I'm like, what if he would have just got on the plane? So that's something that y'all didn't know. So, you know, some things are just meant to be for reasons that are beyond and above us. And I think this movie is a testament to that, because his life, he's touching so many people in a positive way with his life.
The following video was submitted to me by Connor M., who was home alone when this happened. The house that Connor lives in is on a street where people's homes often get burglarized, but despite living in a dangerous neighborhood, nothing could have prepared him for what occurred in his house. Connor briefly describes the events of that night. In his own words, "I was alone. My daughter stayed over at my ex-wife's house and my dog was outside. I'm still shaken up by this." It's late at night when Connor hears shuffling in the kitchen. This is his footage. Watch.
If anybody's here, I'm calling the cops. No, no. No, no.
Somehow, a knife launches off and flies straight towards Connor. Thankfully missing him, the sharp blade lays close to his feet. But had he stood any closer, this video would have had a rather unfortunate outcome. From fearing that someone broke into his house to encountering this, Connor was immensely terrified. As he states, when it comes to things that can't be seen, there's no telling when the knife in your kitchen might fling itself at you with no apparent cause. Now that's creepy.
This may seem like a little bit of paranormal activity, but this is actually a very dangerous situation, because this is a knife that was just thrown at him by some sort of spirit or entity. I mean, like, you could say whatever you want about this clip. Even if it wasn't a ghost, it's still really dangerous, because this could have hit him if he was there seconds later, which obviously is not going to be good to get hit by a flying knife. You just got to be careful of the energy you bring around you and the type of stuff you do and put into your life, because you never know what can come out of it. There are a lot of dangerous things out there in the world that we are very unaware of, and you know, it could eventually lead to our fate, just like this situation here. So y'all be safe out there, and let me know your thoughts about this video.
5 pieces of evidence that prove Elvis is still alive. 1. Months after Elvis's alleged death, Elvis's stepmother claimed to have received a phone call that sounded like Elvis. The caller revealed details that only Elvis would have known, adding to the mystery of his death. 2. Significant financial resources. $1 million was debited from Elvis's personal checking account just 1 month before his death in August 1977. This financial transaction raises questions about Elvis's intentions in financial activities. 3. In one of Elvis's favorite books, a mysterious message was crossed out. If I come back, you won't recognize me. This cryptic note hints that Elvis may have planned to return or faked his own death. 4. A photograph taken in September 1984. The photo captured Elvis Presley standing next to Muhammad Ali and the Reverend Jesse Jackson. Muhammad Ali himself in the photo also confirmed this, saying, "The man in the photo is my friend Elvis." This sighting confirmed the speculation of others regarding Elvis's continued existence. 5. Elvis Lloyd's of London's life insurance policy remains unclaimed to this day, despite the fact that nearly 30 years have passed since he was reported dead, and no one has come forward to cash in on the policy.
Michael Jackson is still alive, and I guarantee you have not seen this genuine proof before. I'm sure you all know who Michael Jackson is, of course, a little bit scary by the end. Now, there's no doubt he had some issues before he passed away. So, on the 25th of June 2009, Michael was taken from his home and passed away in the ambulance. Now take a look at this. This is going to absolutely blow your mind. You can see somebody is being taken from an ambulance inside to a building. So someone actually followed this ambulance from Michael's house to this hospital where he'd allegedly already passed away. As you could see in the video, you literally saw Michael getting out the back of it and being taken inside perfectly fine. And it was actually proven that that ambulance was the same as the one he went in because the number plates were exactly the same. Most people of his significance would have an open casket funeral, but he didn't. What makes that even crazier is that people say they may have spotted him at his own funeral as someone was there who had no relation to anyone and looked oddly familiar. People also claim this guy called Dave is actually Michael now, undercover, but I do not know what I think of that. That's a long shot. Who knows what happened? Is he out there somewhere? Did the fame get too much for him and he just wanted to live a quiet life? Who knows? But let me know down in the comments below what you think.
I honestly wonder if this is a real thing or if it's just like an ongoing conspiracy that people have created, because there's a lot of people that say these celebrities that have died, not all of them, but some of them are still alive and they're just hiding somewhere. And I really don't know how accurate that might be, but it's really creepy to think about because imagine these people just kind of faked their own demise and disappeared somewhere. Obviously they have enough money and status to do so, and I feel like that would be something that would happen. And you know, there's probably a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that we really don't know about that would absolutely shock everyone's mind. Maybe these people are looking for a life of peace and just being alone, so you know, maybe you gotta respect it a little bit, but it's just really creepy to think what could be out there.
There's a man just standing there outside with a blue light. I can't really see. Can you put the light? Do you see it? Do you see the blue light? No, but look at the blue. If you, I swear it's a man. Hey.
FBI allegedly found tunnels in P. Diddy's basement, and this happened to be Michael Jackson's old home. Neighbors reportedly tipped off the police for suspicious activity going on in his home. The staff tried to stop the police from coming inside, but they were able to continue their search. This is when they noticed that the floorboards in his bedroom under his bed seemed loose. When they moved the bed, they discovered a hidden tunnel entrance under the carpet of the bedroom. They found things like children's clothes and baby oil, and the tunnel looked recently built, which means that it was probably still under construction. Apparently at the end of the tunnel, the police found something so shocking that they had to call for backup. I love hearing about this stuff. I think it's so interesting, but I don't know if this holds up. No trusted news outlets are talking about it, but I do know there's a whole conspiracy theory about tunnels under LA. There's like a secret Starbucks. The Playboy Mansion also had a tunnel that apparently is linked to Diddy's house. I can make a whole other video about that if you're interested. Let me know what you think and hit the plus for more. It really helps when you interact.
黄色。このアングルは使えるね。素晴らしい。確かにいいわ。
もう一度ご覧いただこう。芝生の上に広がる違和感を。カメラが右に振られたとき、開けた芝生の上一面に横たわる黒い影が出現しているように見えないだろうか。 距離から推定しても、あまりにも人間にしては大きすぎることがわかるだろう。次の瞬間には消え去っていることからも、不可解な存在と言わざるを得ない。このロケが遂行されたかは定かではないが、なんとも不気味な映像である。
What is even going on in this clip? Like, this has got to be edited because there's no way bro was just taking a video of the lake and there was a giant person just laying on the lake. I don't know about you guys, but I have never seen something like this in my entire life, and I don't think I will be seeing this anytime soon ever again. There's no way this is real. This has got to be fake because, like, who made this video and thought, oh yeah, this is gonna be the one? Like, no, nobody's believing this. I mean, there probably are people that believe that, but gotta be very gullible because there's no way this is real. Y'all let me know your opinions in the comments, I guess.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله شو بصير؟ وين رايحة؟ رهيب تعال بسرعة بسرعة بسرعة
Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video made you tremble in your boots, and we're gonna be on to the next one.
Why is your hand over your eye? Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about? All right, well, I have tickets to see the devil worshiper.
I sold my soul to the devil. Well.
What's scarier than the TikToks we're about to watch today is the fact that 90% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more scary videos.
A woman just got back home when she's forced to lock herself in her car after seeing something running towards her. Madison finds herself trapped in her car after she saw the shadow of something quickly moving from a bush to the back of her car. She then calls her stepfather and begins to record, explaining that she believes what she saw outside wasn't human. As she cautiously scans her surroundings, she looks through her side view mirror and sees this.
I understand this is probably going to sound insane or look like a blur to you, but I was crying. I watched this thing move across in my rearview mirror when I was driving back of my car to the front. I could see it from outside and in the mirror. I got out of my car, like staring at me, but if I looked away, I couldn't find it until it was closer.
Standing on the side of the road is the faint silhouette of a man staring at Madison through the mirror. Shocked in a state of tears, her stepdad arrives, but they don't seem to see anything anymore, nor any form of shadow that might have been causing this.
Obviously, anyone in this situation will be freaking out, and you know, it's really hard to tell whether this is a spirit or a human. It does seem to be some sort of entity that is following her because, you know, no person is going to be acting like this. If someone wants to come up to your vehicle, they're going to come up to your vehicle. They're not just going to kind of stand there and stare at you. It doesn't even appear to be a human. It just kind of seems to be some sort of shadowy, dark figure. And like they said, her dad came and there was nobody there, so really no telling what this could have been. You know, I don't think any good would have came out of this, so y'all just be safe out there. There's a lot of dark energy, so make sure y'all stay blessed and stay safe. This is either one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire life, or this has got to be fake, because there is no way the ghost just grabbed bro's bike and threw it into the sky. Like, imagine you're riding your bike and a ghost just snatches it and throws it up into the air. I would not know how to react, and you know, I think my life would be altered from that very moment. Y'all let me know your opinions on this, because you know, this could obviously just be heavily edited, but the chances that it's not are kind of scary. So y'all just be careful when you're riding a bike and make sure you don't let a ghost take it or throw you, or I don't even know, bro. I don't know how you end up in this situation. It's kind of like you just literally got jumped by the ghost of Tony Hawk, and bro is still alive, so I don't even know.
Elliot, what are you doing?
I'm drawing a picture.
Oh, that's cool. What's that? What's that in the corner?
The man hanging.
Oh, why have you drawn that?
But he's hanging there.
How do you even respond to a situation like this? Imagine you're going to look at your kid's drawing and he tells you that there is a man hanging in his room. I would be like, bro, what is going on? I don't even know what to say. This is just terrifying. Like, and it is a long going thing that spirits are more active with people that are in a more vulnerable state and more impressionable. So, you know, the fact that this might actually be a real thing is kind of scary, because I don't think some kid is just going to be drawing this just for fun. I don't know where this kid would even learn this sort of stuff. So, you know, y'all be safe out there, because this is terrifying.
A family in the Philippines was deeply worried after leaving their grandma to sleep on the sofa on her own. What sounds like a peaceful moment turned into a nightmare when they heard her grandma struggling to breathe. And this wasn't just on one occasion. It had happened a few times previously, and what she told them left them even more concerned. She has been having a reoccurring dream about a dark figure that comes and chokes her in her sleep. Seeing as her physical reaction seemed in line with her dreams, the family decided to make sure someone was always nearby to watch over her, and they also set up a CCTV camera focused on Grandma to monitor her while she slept. What it captured left the family utterly horrified. Watch closely.
Wait lang, ada officer.
Ako yung mga pagkano namin. Kaya siya, nagbabayo. Sila dalawang magkita.
Sa gitara, rin sa labas.
Kita ano?
Bangko. Tapos malusad na yan. Pag lumusad na, ano siya? Tao.
Ang wala ka talaga ng tao.
Pero pumasok na ako sa kanya. Kanya? Disarato niya anak tawag ito.
Oo, nag-stay pa kanya kada may kananay. Before yung lumakat.
Ilan.
Tiilan ni nanay. Kaya pa yung natila siya niya pag kita daw.
Nakapagpapalip CCTV.
Lagi kita daw. Makikita ang pati na igmo.
A dark mass seems to manifest out of nowhere and moves down from the ceiling, shape-shifting into a more humanoid form and trying to choke Grandma. Luckily, one of the family members was nearby and managed to scare it away without being able to see it. The figure only appears on camera and is invisible to their eyes. Ever since this day, the family has made sure that always one person will remain in the house with Grandma to look after her. They believe this is death attempting to take her away.
Honestly, if this is real, this is a really sad case because clearly, they don't want their grandma to go, and there's this dark figure that is persistently coming after her, not only in her dreams now, but in real life. She seems to be laying there just trying to rest, and this dark spirit comes out of nowhere trying to take her life. And, obviously that's not good, and you wouldn't want that for your loved one. So y'all make sure you stay blessed and stay safe and, protect your family members because, it's no telling what's going to happen next. So as much as it's not a good thing to shed light on, it's, obviously good to be aware of the things that could be out there.
Pretty sure everyone knows what the Purge is, but did y'all know that there was a real life Purge? Those who don't know what the Purge is, basically just one night of every year where all crime is legal. This event right here lasted for 7 days. Let's get into it. Ancient festival of Saturnalia lasted for an entire week every year. People would celebrate the end of winter. Only rule was that there were no rules, resulting in an entire week of non-stop partying, feasting, drinking, and debauchery. During this week of intoxication, crime was naturally rampant. Drunken fights, robbery, vandalism, and even things seemed to get even darker. As ritual human sacrifices often became part of the festivities. Nobody was ever punished for the crimes for the week of Saturnalia, making it 14 times worse than the Purge. Purge lasted for only one night, 12 hours to be exact. This lasted for 7 days. Just think about that real quick. Much like the Purge, it served as a secret function for the Roman Empire's government. People still celebrate this holiday today, obviously without the killing, I think. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Peace.
We already knew that these little motherfuckers were real. But from my understanding, anybody that exposes extraterrestrials magically vanish. What makes this a bit confusing is that the U.S. Congress just admitted on live TV that aliens were real and that they recovered non-human bodies at UFO crashings. 2023 has more UFO sightings than any other year. And these some also been hiding their spaceships inside of clouds. They got this dead in our face. Just go watch the movie Nope. Besides that lady on that plane was not bullshit. There was a witness on the plane that accused the same motherfucker of blinking like a reptile. There's really no telling what's living among us. Now my grandmother is a down-to-earth Christian lady. And I asked her, does she think aliens are real? And it was like she stared into my soul before she told me yes, they are real, grandbaby. I seen one looking at me through my bathroom window. And the closest thing to her was a microwave. So she picked that motherfucker up and threw it at his ass, but he was gone. But check this out though. In Siberia, 1982, several Russian scuba divers were on the underwater search. That's when they realized that they were being watched by 5 alien-like creatures. It looked like they had on silver swimsuits with no oxygen tanks. They were also like 9 feet tall, with a motherfucking bubble-like helmet on their head. That shit was invisible. So one of these scuba divers tried shooting a net on one of these aliens to capture it. But that's when he f***ed up. He missed, and they hit his ass with a supersonic blast. It was some real Dragon Ball. The blast was strong enough to kill 3 and left the other 4 divers in critical condition. And there's a new massive ocean that was found 400 miles below the Earth's crust.
If human beings keep going, we definitely will create a simulation. It's just a matter of time. So if that's the case, how do we know that we're not in one already? And we really don't. Every day we go to sleep, and every day we wake up, and we assume and we have faith that all that stuff that we remember is really how life went on before we were awake. But we really don't know. According to probability theory, it's more likely that we're in a simulation.
Maybe that's true.
You're assuming that all of the stuff that you know and all the stuff that you experience is 100% real. We are within 100 years away from making something that's indiscernible from what we experience every day. And that's inevitable. Unless we get disrupted by nature, unless we get hit with an asteroid or start a nuclear war, it's inevitable that technology reaches a point where simulation's possible.
Midnight Murmurs posted this apparition caught in a waiting room. You could only see it on the security camera. Chip Jocelyn caught this apparition from a game cam on his parents' ranch in Texas. He found out after the fact that this was the location of the old home place on the property. During a funeral, the family noticed the woman's eyes open and then closed on their own inside the sealed casket.
This is one of the most terrifying clips I've ever seen. I wish I can go back to a time in my life where I did not watch this. Like, this is how terrifying this is. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight because that was just really disturbing. But you know, I mean, you did click on this video expecting scary videos, so I mean, fair enough, but no thank you. Imagine you are at a funeral and you see somebody open their eyes. No, like, no, I'm going home. Like, no thank you. That is literally the scariest thing ever. Like, that's one of my biggest fears. Yeah, I don't know. I guess sleep tight.
These are 15 of the craziest conspiracy theories ever shared on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, beginning with episode 1954, where Joe Rogan shares his theory on the afterlife.
The theory that many people have is that death opens up a chemical gateway in the mind. And that chemical gateway takes whatever the soul is, whatever consciousness is, and transports it into this new realm. I mean, I get that you would want to come up with something like that just because you wanted to have some sort of a reason to keep going. With a rational mind, when you're dealing with this existential angst of a temporary existence.
The craziest coincidences in American history lie between Abraham Lincoln and JFK. It's almost like they were predetermined to live the exact same lives. It starts with they were both elected to Congress in 1846, and 1946, and then both elected as president in a year that ends with 1860, 1960. They were both, unfortunately, assassinated by being shot in the back of the head on a Friday while sitting right next to their wives. John Wilkes Booth shot Lincoln in a theater and then went to hide in a warehouse, while Lee Harvey Oswald shot JFK in a warehouse and then went to hide in a theater. Lincoln's secretary, whose last name was Kennedy, advised him not to go to the theater that day, and JFK's secretary with the name Lincoln advised him not to go to Dallas that day. The number 7 also has a big role in it because both of their names have 7 letters. JFK was in the 7th car, Abraham Lincoln was in the 7th booth. Both their assassins' names are known by 3 words and 15 letters. And both police officers who detained their assassins have the last name Baker. I'm gonna say the craziest coincidence, but before I do, make sure you follow so you find and know the craziest conspiracy theories about each of these celebrities and requests who you want to see next. The craziest part is that both of their presidencies will be remembered for their work in civil rights and wanting to make change in that area, and then both of their successors had the last name of Johnson.
What's more disturbing about these pictures than the actual pictures is the fact that we'll never know what's actually going on in them, and we just kind of have to sit here and create our own conspiracies and just kind of like not really know what's going on. And I feel like that is the worst part about it, because I feel like when we know things, it gives us more clarity and, you know, helps us kind of understand things better. But like with this, there's no explanation. We just kind of have to go with what we think and what we know, and the fact that these things may possibly be out there is a very terrifying thing.
She was inspecting a wreck where a couple and their dog passed away when she sees this. A woman who works at a junkyard in Oregon named Cambry uploads videos regarding wrecked vehicles and the story behind them. One day, the junkyard receives a wrecked red Mazda where a tragic drunk driving accident took the lives of 2 individuals and their puppy. As Cambry pans the camera across the inside of the car, she sees this.
This crash with a dog. You guys see that? Go back.
For just a moment, the faint silhouette of something can be seen moving towards the passenger's side. Whatever this is seems to reflect a pair of glowing eyes as it suddenly vanishes.
It's going to be in the passenger floorboard at 22 seconds. You need to pause and hold. I'd say about 50% of people are seeing it, 50% of people are not.
Given the recency of the vehicle's tragic event, Cambry uploaded the video explaining that she believes she might have captured the spirit of the pup who lost its life in the wreck.
Honestly, this one is more believable because there is a story tied to this incident in this video, so it would make sense that something like this does happen. And especially because like it wasn't a very blatant thing. Like usually the videos that make it appear to be like a very visual spirit, you know, they tend to be fake and edited, but this one was a very subtle detail that you kind of had to pay attention to notice, which makes it more believable that it's real. So, you know, rest in peace to these people. You know, hopefully they're doing okay. But, you know, this is a very tragic story and very sad story. So seeing that was very kind of eerie and creepy. And, you know, I really don't know what to think. It's all up to you guys and what you guys think. Let me know in the comments.
Goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil.
I kind of sang about, you know, what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil. Well, needless to say, sold my soul.
Record while the bus is moving, or does it have to come to a stop?
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't want to, and they're, you know, gaga, we can't get, you know, the frequency's weird, and, you know, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear, Lucifer, I'm gonna, you know, I get a little bit mad.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. We should came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
Why is your hand over your eye? Because
I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about?
All right, well, I have tickets to see the devil worshiper.
Roman is a crazy boy.
It's crazy how the people out here in the world that we're supposed to idolize and look up to and that are being pushed to millions of people tend to be the most evil people and have a lot of demons. You know, obviously some of them, it's not their fault. They were brought into this life from a young age, but I mean, there's a lot of them, it's really inexcusable. With money and fame, there comes a lot of bad stuff, but you need to really like not sell out and not give into any of that. So obviously there's a lot of negativity and temptation out there, but y'all really need to stay away from that stuff because these people are sick and you don't want to become like them. So, you know, also be careful to who you're paying attention to and who you're supporting because, you know, obviously you can't be feeding into that dark stuff because these people are up to no good, and the more you give them power, the more they're going to continue doing that stuff. Y'all just got to put an end to this.
We already knew coming into tonight's Grammy show that it was finna be some wicked. Lady Gaga with her music video, Abracadabra, where on one scene she's brandishing a cross in all white, and then another scene she got on all red. I don't know what that means, but that shit looked demonic as fuck. And I already knew about Alicia Keys, but she the one that popped off the symbolism, as y'all can see by her hand, y'all. And watch this video. Watch what she say before she does that signal.
Tonight is a beautiful, powerful thing that we are cultivating. So, collective, to everyone who has ever been touched by the music and the message, Clive Davis, Anna and AKW, Dez and my brother Jay-Z, Team Rock, Adam Blackstone, Hell's Kitchen, the Most High.
She said to Hell's Kitchen and then to the Most High, and she throws up that. Can't make this up, y'all. Y'all let me know down.
This next video was sent in by Nuke's Top 5 viewers Tuva and Sunniva from Norway. So Tuva says that she and her family moved into a new apartment in May of last year. And before this, they had never experienced anything paranormal. In fact, Tuva says that she and her sister Sunniva are very much skeptics. Or at least they were. Until this happened.
Ok, house tour. Så her rommet mitt. Der står jeg, der står Tuva. Ut her stua. Og det her...
Did you see it? As Sunniva is recording a video house tour for a friend, there is something black and weird just standing in front of the apartment door. The figure is so shadowy that it blends right into the darkness, but Sunniva says that she could easily see it with her naked eye. Sunniva lets out a frightened gasp and jerks her phone back so hard that it hits her other hand and knocks out the microphone. Now when the video is brightened a lot, you can see that whatever this is actually blocks out the light from the peephole in the door. Sister Tuva says that a woman who was a former tenant passed away in the apartment. So could this be her presence still occupying their home? You decide.
Honestly, lately there has been a lot of new sightings of weird stuff going on in the sky, so this is honestly not too far from believable. After what we've seen in New Jersey going on with the whole UFOs and drones and stuff, you know, it's clear that technology has advanced further than we know, and you know, it has not been told to us. So I would not be surprised if something like this was real. Is there a chance to edit? Yes, but I don't even know what to think anymore. I've seen some very unexplainable stuff, and I bet you guys have too, because you guys love watching these type of videos. So, you know, it's really good to keep an open mind. Obviously, don't believe everything that's out there, but you know, be very critical and believe things when they need to be believed and push things away when they need to be pushed away. But you know, it's crazy to think what's going on in the world, and it's only going to keep getting weirder. So y'all be ready for it.
This is why you should avoid this bench when you are in the Philippines. Mary Chua, or Mary Chua, was a second-year student at a renowned all-girls school in Quezon City, Metro Manila, when tragedy struck her in 1972. Some people believe that she studied at St. Mary's College, but where she studied precisely is still up for debate. What we do know about Mary is that she was a remarkable student, kind, intelligent, and popular in her school. She was a beautiful young girl with long shimmering black hair, creamy white skin, and enchanting chinky black eyes. Mary Chua's life was cruelly cut short when she was violated by a janitor at her school, who also took her life using Mary's school necktie to suffocate her. Now the most chilling part of the tale isn't about Mary's past, but rather what supposedly happens in the present. Legend tells us of a particular bench situated in the same place where Mary met her tragic end. This isn't any ordinary bench though. It's said to be inhabited by Mary herself. According to the whispers and rumors passed down over the years, anyone brave, or perhaps foolish enough to sit on this bench, might find themselves stepping into Mary's shoes, experiencing her pain and struggle from that fateful day. Some even claim it's not a bench, but a drinking fountain nearby, which at times spews not water but blood.
Stories like this are very sad and sickening because obviously this person went through a lot of trauma and a lot of dark times. It seems that their spirit is still suffering, and that's why it's attached to this certain location. And, you know, it's kind of sad because it's getting pushed onto other people that go there. I don't know if this story is real or not, but I would not be surprised if there is something real like this or similar. There's a lot of dark cases out there in the world. You know, humans have been around for a long time, and a lot of people have suffered and endured very tragic moments. So it would not shock me if this was real in some case, or there was a different case that was really real like this. So, you know, y'all just be safe out there and be careful where you're wandering around. You never know the energy that is attached to where you are. So yeah, be careful, man.
A man was exploring an abandoned building when he finds out he's not alone. Urban Explorer Dark Places is a channel dedicated to showcasing the dangers in urban exploration, like still water and black mold. But on one particular video, the man's exploring an abandoned butchery, and everything seemed like a normal exploration. That is until he ventures deeper into the facility. The man begins to hear sounds coming from the basement, and begins to follow the source. At the very end, he finds this room lit with a red light, and as he sees what's inside, he makes a terrifying discovery. A person dressed in a cloak is seen, forming some kind of ritual.
I think we've seen this clip before, but again, this is a reminder. If you do go into any buildings, be careful because you never know what is in there. You know, there's just a lot of weird stuff in there. There could be, you know, someone sleeping in there. There could be someone on drugs in there. There could be, you know, anything. There could literally be anything. So this guy's clearly doing a ritual, and that's not something you want to be around. Even just being around it, there's very dark energy in the air, and you don't know what you could bring with you. So, you know, just make sure you either go with someone or just be very cautious and have something to protect yourself, because these places are very dangerous. And, you know, obviously the thrill is cool. You want to find some random stuff, some cool stuff, experience something. But, you know, it also could bring some really bad stuff upon you. So be careful out there.
Wait, what did she just say? Because this is hands down one of the nastiest things I've ever seen. And Oprah said it live on TV. And yet no one else is talking about this video. And honestly, I'm not supposed to show you guys this. But if you could stomach it, I'll show you. Now, to give you guys some backstory. In case you guys don't know who this is Oprah Winfrey. Literally one of the biggest talk show hosts in the world. And has created her brand around this ability to ask thought-provoking questions to her guests. Questions that no one else would ask. but yet everybody was thinking. And that's how she grew popular and accumulating over $3 billion because of this skill. But because we were caught up in the accolades, failed to realize what truly goes on behind the scenes. Countless people have come out and speculated that Oprah really behind the scenes is cruel and just evil. And people will even go to the extent saying that Oprah works for the Illuminati. And sometimes it's obvious because of the things that she says.
I have said for years, if the abuser is any good, you won't even know it's happened. You will be in it and you won't even know it's happened. And if the abuser is any good, he or she is going to make you feel like you're a part of it. I mean, and nothing is more being a part of it than what we discussed earlier.
Watch very carefully, because no one can explain what happened to Cardi B.
Yes, be involved. Y'all want to be involved so bad, but nobody asked me about them gift. What's good?
Look at the other host.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. Take the gift cards.
Now notice how he claps 3 times and then it's as if nothing ever happened.
Take the gift cards, take the gift cards, take the gift card.
Yeah, because they might put, what's that thing that was going around in the...
The internet had a lot of questions to ask when this clip was first released.
He didn't move, blink or nothing.
Notice how the presenter suddenly changes when she says, Holy Ghost.
Yes, like they say in Catholic school, leave room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, it's a lot of memories today, actually. It's a big day in music history.
The king of rock and roll, and as Mark Cohn says in his great song, Walking in Memphis, there's a pretty little thing waiting for the...
As you can see, not everything is as it seems.
Perfecto, Marian. Vamos a estar muy atentos entonces a las novedades. Marian. Marian.
But here is the big question. What do you think is the reason for all of these celebrities freezing on live TV? I don't have an answer, and that's why I'm asking you.
Whoa. That was weird. What? I just saw something run across the screen.
During the filming of The Shining, 2 entities appeared in a closed set photo. To the left of Nicholson's head in the background, you can see the 2 ghosts seemingly hanging out by the bar on set. Turkle said he's 100% positive that those people were not on the set when the photo was taken. The ghost standing with glowing-looking eyes and the entity sitting that appears to have black holes for eyes were not seen when photo was taken.
I'm not sure how real this is. I don't really ever think I even watched this, but you know, this could just be promotion for the movie. You never really know. Chances that this may actually be real is kind of terrifying because, you know, like imagine there's someone in your picture that you've never seen before and they're just there. Like, I don't know. There's no explaining that. You know, just keep your mind open because their stuff is just getting darker and scarier. So make sure y'all stay blessed and safe.
During a paranormal investigation in a forest, a man catches a scary entity watching him from behind a tree. Brainroti 420 caught this half-body apparition of a priest who passed away in the cemetery. The photo was taken at the Hankey Church Cemetery in Plum, Pennsylvania. Automatic Relief 465 caught this apparition in a photo from their haunted home. Genuine Intrigue security camera caught this apparition walking across his backyard during a rainstorm.
This is on the horror film. This is in my house.
The weirdest thing.
Keep driving.
Is it a drone? What?
Can you keep driving?
It looks like an alien.
I have no idea what that is, but that is literally one of the most terrifying things ever. That looks like a jellyfish floating, and there's no telling what it is because you really can't get up close to it. You can only see it from down below. But the government's got some explaining to do, because this stuff is just becoming more and more normal, and we're not getting any explanations. They're saying, oh, it may be aliens, maybe drones. Like, there's no maybe. You guys know what it is, and I think it's time to let everybody know, because, you know, it's very unsettling not knowing what's going on around you. So we gotta wake up and get this stuff getting out there. So thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video made you tremble in your boots, and we're gonna be on to the next one.